Selamat datang and welcome to Malaysia, where I'll continue to drive every drop. After an overnight flight from Mumbai, India, I've arrived in the capital city, Kuala Lumpur. And you've all chosen where I go. I'll be taking Route B all the way to Singapore. Along the way, I'll be meeting some real interesting people. So now, it's time for me to grab my Honda Accord and get on the road. Driving a little more here in KL is a lot different than in India. I see a lot of high-rise buildings. It's very modern, very metropolitan. And the next person I'm going to meet happens to be an architect and a writer who focuses on environmentally sound high-rise buildings. So we're off to meet him now. Hi, Dr. Ken Yeang?
Okay.
Hi, I'm Alan. Alan, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Well, my name is Ken Yeang. I'm an architect and an ecologist. I essentially do green buildings and green master plans. What differentiates what we do is really I approach green design as an ecologist. Bio-climatic design starts with looking at the climate of the place, looking at the sun path, looking at the orientation of the building. That is usually the most critical differentiator, that we look at the climate and shape the building to the climate. But energy is so important because now it is about nearly, it's going to reach $200 a barrel, and within 10 years we'll probably reach $300 a barrel. They predict that all building designs now will have to produce its own energy. If a building design does not produce its own energy, it will not get approved for construction. So, that is a devastating thought because that's going to radically affect architectural design. We really should design buildings that imitate nature, imitating the properties of ecosystems, the way they're structured, the way they function. For instance, in ecological systems, the only source of energy is from the sun, whereas we are dependent on fossil fuels and all other sources of energy. In ecological systems, everything is recycled. There is no waste. Waste from one organism becomes food for another. So what we did in Malaysia was to try and it was almost impossible to incorporate all the green features we want in one single building. And so each building became a sort of like an individual experiment. And so the Mas Niaga building for us was an experiment in passive mode design, where the shaping of the building contributes towards its low energy performance. What we tried to do with these apartments design was to see whether we could naturally ventilate the kitchens and the bathrooms from the inside. And so we had a number of air wells on the inside. We had an atrium in the middle where these retail is, but to cool the area, we had 3 very large, enormous turbines, to cool the area. But at the end of the day, this worked out to be cheaper than air conditioning the whole space. And so, these are some of the systems we use in this project. This is our competition model, actually.
The competition model?
It's a climate responsive design, yes. North is down here,
okay.
This way, so this way. So what we've done is that we shaded the hot sides of the building, the east sides and the west sides, and then we wanted to naturally ventilate the spaces in between. So that's an atrium down here, which is open to the sky space. Then we have a series of sky courts, as you can see from here, that bring greenery into the building. Got a green mark, award for green building, so we're very pleased with it. And secondly, I believe that the answer lies in innovation. Well, I believe in innovation and development because, frankly, anything that we do, which is we think is new, once we release it to the outside world, it only lasts for 6 months when somebody picks it up and says it's their idea, or they develop it, or they push it further. And so we continuously have to come up with something new, otherwise we'll never be at the cutting edge.